What is a number line, first of all? Besides a line with numbers on it. Line goes both ways. Okay? Wouldn't be a number line unless we put arrows on either end. Arrows tell us that it goes in either direction without end. And we're going to be dealing with essentially, in some regards, integers, which will cover negative numbers as well. If you take a look at page 491, suppose you play tug of war against a team on the left, shown below. Your team begins by gaining 2 feet. The position of the flag is +2 or +2. The expression +2 is usually written simply as just 2. If I'd ask you to write the number 7, it's highly unlikely that you would put a plus sign in front of that 7 to indicate that it's positive, because positive integers don't need the plus sign in front. However, negative integers do. So if you're going to, write down a negative number, you have to make sure you have the negative in front. If instead your team begins losing 2 feet, the position of the flag would be -2 feet or -2. These positions can be graphed on a number line. The numbers 2 and -2 are opposites. Two numbers are opposites if they are the same distance from 0 on a number line, but in opposite directions. Okay, so if I were to talk about that +2 and this -2, they're both 2 places away from 0 on your number line, but from 0, the -2 is 2 places to the left, whereas the +2 is 2 places to the right. So which makes them opposite, okay? Integers are the set of positive whole numbers, they're opposites in 0. The opposite of 0 is 0. There's no such thing as +0 or -0. 0 is just 0, okay? When they talk about distance from 0, okay? So if we take a look at opposites, the opposite of a +2 would be -2. The opposite of a -7 would be a +7. Okay. The opposite of 121 would be -121. Okay. Opposites are just either the positive or the negative counterpart of that integer. Now, absolute value is something that is just a little bit different. Absolute value is distance from 0 on a number line. Okay. So if they were to ask you the absolute value of a -3, in other words, what they're asking you is, how many places from 0 would you find a -3? 3. If they were to ask you the absolute value of a +6, they're asking you how many places from 0 would you find a +6? 6. Not -6, but 6. What about the absolute value of a +12? How many places would you find 12 from 0? 12. Okay? So as far as your answers are concerned, okay, they won't be negative, even if what you have on the inside is positive or negative. I mean, 3 is just 3. It's still 3 places to the left. It's not -3 places to the left, it's 3 places. Okay? Pardon me? If you put negative where I have encircling green, it would just be wrong.
Like, I mean, like, where would that be on your lemon line?
You're answering the question, how many places from 0 on a number line is the number in these bars? So if you were to ask, if I had a number line, where's my number line? Here. Starting at 0, 1, 2, 3 places, it's 3 places from 0. It's not negative 3 places from 0, it's just 3 places from 0. It works the same as if I had asked you what's the absolute value of a positive 3. It's still 3, except this negative 3 is 3 places that way. This positive is 3 places this way. 3 is still the 3, if that helps. Take a look at 493. Numbers 1, 2, and 3. Use an integer to represent each situation. So number 1, how would I show earnings of $15? Would that be a positive 15 or would that be a negative 15? Positive 15. 14 degrees Fahrenheit below 0. We know all too well about temperatures in the below 0 range. Negative 14. A debt of $25. Negative 25. 4 through 7. Name the opposite of each integer. The opposite of positive 13. Opposite of negative 8. Opposite of 150. And opposite of negative 1. Absolute value of negative 4. That's right. Just waiting to see if anybody else was going to say it. 4. It's 4. Absolute value. How many places from 0 would you find negative 4? 4. Absolute value of 17. Absolute value of negative 65. Absolute value of 0. Compare using less than or greater than. So positive 2 would be greater than negative 12. Negative 9 would be greater than negative 17. Negative 24, less than negative 4. And negative 7, less than 0. Weather, number 16. The coldest temperatures on record for 5 Alaskan cities are negative 62, negative 70, negative 54, negative 75, and negative 56. Write the temperatures in order from coldest to warmest right now. Okay, so like I said, we've had major experience this year with negative temperatures. So if we're going coldest to warmest, which one of these is the coldest temperature? Willie? Negative 75 is the coldest. And why is it the coldest? Okay. And it's the furthest from 0. So the further I go to the left means the value becomes much less. Just like the further I go to the right, the higher the value is. And we said these negatives, they have opposites. So you kind of go, when they're all negative, you kind of go with the opposite that you normally would. If these were all positives, we'd be ordering them the opposite way. Then which one is the next coldest? Then and then negative 54, okay? All are bone-chilling. No, I think when we were canceling school, we were in the temperatures were in the negative teens, and then with the wind chill, it was like maybe negative 50 or something like that. But the temperatures, actual temperatures, I mean, that's pretty low. That's pretty low for here. And we get pretty cold here. Notice this is Alaska. So that's an entirely different animal. All right, any questions on this? Do we have to do more homework?
We have.
That's the
Right. You're gonna want these points. And like I explained to you earlier, if you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole you dug yourself into, you know, I look. Huh? There's 30 points on this. So the better you can do, you take more steps up the ladder with a bigger assignment. No, I'm not gonna.
It's the
Not.
same.
You've got, like I said, Joe. You've got weeks to bring this up, but you know, this isn't a quick fix. And what I'm trying to teach you about this